It's very weird to allow you guys to see skin on this channel, but don't worry about it. I got the message loud and clear. You guys want the troll back. I'll do my best to bring him back, but it's going to take a little bit. In the meantime, let's talk about something very recent, Gamergate. And we got this post from 2013 on an internet platform, V. Screen cap this post for truth, right? Like the person writing this was like Nostradamus. They knew about the fact that in the future, people are going to have to look at this. This is an industry conspiracy. Some conspiracies can be true, right? Like people occasionally do get together to conspire, designed to make shitty devs who support each other look like the good guys. Its main purpose is to further enforce the whole entitled gamer customers are wrong, the fuck the fans mentality. Agenda that companies can eliminate any criticism of their game that much easier. Who would believe the opinion of someone who is a misogynist Twitter bully? This is from 2013. Do you guys know of any marketing campaigns that are like, oh, our movie is perfect. It's the best movie ever made. Female Ghostbusters, nothing wrong with it. Oh, a lot of misogynists online. Star Wars, perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Rings of Power plus Privilege. Masterpiece. It's just sexist, racist online. Those are the problems. Without them, oh my god, that TV show would have gone into the annals of history. Criticism towards any of these people or the products that they're making will be dismissed as another internet hate crusade. And bad, lazy, thoughtless movie games will continue to flood the market, and no one will be able to say anything negative, or they will be labeled a misogynist, racist, atheist, hate monger. This is from 2013. Oh my god, like they predicted the future. This is what Gamergate was actually about. It was a consumer backlash against wokeness in video games, right? So completely talentless people creating bad products, pretending that the products are actually good. Now, this was done by many individuals, some who were worried about corruption within the video game journalist industry because the game journalists would promote these bad people that wouldn't be able to create anything. Other people who are worried about censorship on the internet, believe it or not, in 2013, the terms of service, like the idea that you can get banned for political opinion online was absolutely non-existent. There were left-leaning people and right-wing people. This is why Gamergate was so successful, because it was bipartisan. Okay? Now, in order to fight against the consumer backlash, the same tactics that we have seen employed by Disney, by Amazon, like, oh, well, everybody is a sexist, racist, we do not negotiate with terrorists, okay? Even though there were women part of Gamergate, like, it's very easy to deconstruct the argument. I mean, if the movement is against video game journalists said, oh, well, all the movement is trying to push out women from the hobby, which is mental retardation. Like, first of all, women can purchase a video game regardless of what people say online. And second of all, the FBI investigated the movement. They didn't find a single guilty person. And finally, the question is why? Why would people want to push women? Like, they never answered this, right? I guess it's irrational. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because yesterday, Anita Sarkeesian resurfaced. Anita Sarkeesian managed to make a lot of money out of Gamergate. I believe she made around $1 million in the first year. And, well, I guess it's time to talk about the favorite subject.
Now, I would be so fucking happy to never talk about Gamergate or online harassment ever again.
It's kind of like hearing a soldier who claims he's got PTSD from Vietnam. Imagine a war veteran who went to Vietnam and claims he has PTSD, but constantly plays war games and talks about online how triggering it is for him that the gaming industry is inundated with these types of war games. You would say it's like, maybe he doesn't suffer from PTSD. Maybe he's just attention seeking. Like, if you legitimately have PTSD, why would you play video games that have the thing which triggered you? But of course, Anita Sarkeesian loves talking about it because she made $1 million. For those of you who do not remember what happened, when the Gamergate controversy took place, she just popped out of nowhere. And she claimed that someone harassed her, but she didn't provide any evidence The police didn't found anyone. In fact, it was people on Twitter that actually found a Brazilian video game journalist harassing her. She didn't press any charges. She didn't do anything. She wanted the harassment. Like, she was like a ninja, molding the harassment with chakra and turning it into cash. So, of course, she's going to talk about... I mean, if I were to make $1 million talking about, even if it was something that actually traumatized me, which I doubt it traumatized her, but like, I would still talk about it. It's $1 million freaking dollars.
But here we are still, because even though the hashtag Gamergate is largely a thing of the past, the sentiments behind Gamergate didn't start existing with the birth of the hashtag.
And by the way, the sentiments behind Gamergate is that people are fed up with woke culture. They're fed up with the messaging. That's why people watch anime instead of American productions lately. That's why many movies are failing and the go woke, go broke thing exists. And this is what she's talking about. Like, she doesn't care, you know, like, oh, people are getting harassed online. Get the fuck out. You got the mute button, you got the block button, you got the report function, you have trusted safety councils. Online has never been more safe in the history of Earth than it is now. And you can't get it more safe. Like, the only way you can get it more safe is if you actually have a member of the Stasi sitting behind every single person that types something on a keyboard to make sure that they're not typing anything inappropriate.
And they haven't gone away since then either. Gamergate wasn't a fluke. It wasn't an isolated incident that took place in a cultural vacuum. Gamergate revealed the modern-day playbook for online reactionary movements.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of leftists have used the playbook from Gamergate, because the whole thing was a company is doing something immoral. Like, for example, video game journalists are attacking their communities. They're attacking their readers. They're saying really nasty stuff about their readers. So the people went and contacted the advertisers and went like, hey, Intel, you're advertising on this website, which says that gamers are incels, they're pieces of shit. Do you support that? And a lot of companies, they started pulling up. Now, if you look at what Sleeping Giants is doing, if you look at what a lot of left-leaning activist groups are doing, it is indeed a playbook from Gamergate. And also, by the way, the word reactionary, that's a communist insult. Like, no other ideology uses the word reactionary as a negative thing. Like, being a reactionary isn't inherently bad. Like, sometimes it can be good. Like, for example, when the German Green Party, and this is a scandal, you can look it up on Google, when the German Green Party was pushing for pedophilia, yeah, like, a society that doesn't have a reactionary thing to that is a problematic society, like Anita would put it.
The strategies that worked for Gamergate also helped Donald Trump energize his own violent, aggressive, and oppressive fan base.
So, again, if you're thinking about this, it's about Gamergate, or, you know, like misogyny and stuff. It's not. It's literally left-leaning ideology. Like, Donald Trump, what does Donald Trump have to do with anything? Like, why can't Donald Trump and his fan base be gamers? Right? Like, she doesn't care about that particular point, like protecting women or whatnot. No, it's like, how do we eliminate right-wingers from our hobbies? This is literally what it's about, right? It's not about inclusivity, diversity, or equity. It's like, no, we need to get control of the hobby and then make absolutely sure that anyone that is not woke or is anti-woke gets banned. Or if they don't get banned, at least they get censored. It's bad for business. That's the main problem, right? Because you're alienating at least half of the people that want to purchase your stuff, and you're telling them that it's not for them. Good business doesn't alienate anyone. Like, far left, far right, it doesn't matter. A good business wouldn't fucking care. It's like selling cars. Like, a car company doesn't care if it sells cars to a bank robber, because it's the problem of the police. It's not the problem of the car company. So anyway, you know, it's interesting because Anita got like 20,000 views on this video, which is absolutely pathetic. She also tried expanding on BitChute. A lot of people say, well, why are you talking about her? It's like, I'm not the one that can prop up her numbers. I'm a small YouTube channel. Like, no one cares. Back then, she had connections, and there were people in the media that were propping her up. I mean, there were Guardian articles. She went to the UN. There were articles on CNN about her, right? So, like, that was what was driving the actual numbers. But the moment she lived her usefulness, and her usefulness was to shame companies, like make companies think that they're misogynistic in order to hire teams of experts and diversity councils and other censors in order to give them the reins of the company. The moment that happened, well, she wasn't needed anymore, so no one watches her. And the interesting thing is, had she just started doing Let's Plays, like had she just started playing video games, she would have still made money to this day. Like, that's all she needed to do. But she literally, like, abso-fucking-lutely hates video games. Like, she just doesn't like them at all. You know, like, instead of, like, putting here, oh, look, an old controller and some vintage video game, why not play these video games? Like, if Anita Sarkeesian was to go on Twitch and stream playing Mario, which is so fucking easy, a 5-year-old can do it, she would actually have views. Like, there would be people there going and watching her streams. But she doesn't want to do that. Like, she is so stubborn. She doesn't want to. She hates video games with a fucking passion. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will find you in the comment section. Take care.